It's time for the Northwest Fishing Reports. Come along as we travel to hidden gems and fishing hotspots around the Northwest. You'll see a little of everything as we fish with top guides on their home waters and bring you the latest in tackle, tactics, and techniques to help you catch more fish. With Aaron Board, Mike Carey, and Rob Holman. Presented by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
Good morning, everyone. Mike Carey with Northwest Fishing Reports. I'm out here today with Randy, Robbie, and Mark. We're doing some winter blackmouth fishing. In the distance, you can see Kingston and the ferries over there. Randy's back behind us getting geared down, and we're going to show you some blackmouth techniques and tell you a little bit about the fishery here. So let's go fishing.
You want me to go get it? I have to jump.
Put one at 110 and one at 120.
Okay.
And the back one, I'm just going to leave it at 60.
Okay.
Make sure you, so that one there at 120, make sure you look.
Fish, fish. Or you
Mark, hit the button to bring that walleye.
It's off. We just had a fish. We're going to switch in a new piece of herring. The way you want to do that herring strip, hook goes through the skin side on the top of the strip.
Do you hook the bottom?
No, you do not. Let it grab.
Hook the bottom.
And you're in business.
Thank you, sir. Grab that, make sure that rod is secured.
You got a good one too, huh?
Yeah, I think so.
Feel good, Mark?
Yeah. They always feel good.
Oh, Gary, it's just loaded with fish.
You want me to net this fish, Mark?
Oh, you've been practicing.
Oh, that's nice. That's a nice fish. Randy, what is required to make these fish legal?
22 inches and a clip fin.
I don't think he was big enough anyway. He was undersized anyway. That's the story, and I'm going to stick to it.
You can see in the background, there's a few boats out here. I guess we're not the only ones that like to do blackmouth fishing.
Let's take them both down to 130, guys.
130.
Okay, let's see here. Port rod. Is it going to go off? Yeah, I called it.
How's it feel, Robbie?
Hiring.
Don't let any flag. Felt like a decent fish. He took a good run. Sticking line. A good sign.
Our shakers yesterday were running, oh gosh, 20, 21. Today we've had a lot of real small ones. And it's kind of unfortunate because technically they all count against the as encounters against the quotas. So hopefully we'll get a couple big ones.
No, it's fine now.
Oh, there's tail.
I saw the tail.
Yeah, I want it on this side.
Illegal.
That seems like a good fish. Oh, don't lose them.
There we go. Keeper.
Had to go through a few shakers to get that keeper, didn't we?
Yeah, makes it all the better.
Indeed. Randy, tell the viewers a little bit about the difference between summertime Chinook fishing and wintertime blackmouth fishing.
The primary difference between summer Chinook fishing, the migratory fish, and blackmouth is, in the summertime you're in shorts and flip-flops. But as far as the fishing goes, the blackmouth are pretty much feeding right on the bottom. You'll see a lot of suspended fish in the meter, typically shakers, and they very often won't bite. So we're trying to run the gear as close to the bottom as we can without actually scraping the bottom. Sometimes we do hit the bottom and adjust from there. Often the fish are eating candlefish, which kind of show up as clouds on the fish finder right on the bottom. If we do see some herring or something suspended, we might adjust it, depending on whether or not there are salmon marks in the meter mark. And then the summer fish, especially here in the Kingston area, often are suspended fish. I mean, we'll get a fair amount of fish in the bottom, but I'm thinking they may be blackmouth. But the migratory fish here, Kingston, Apple Tree Cove, are often suspended. Oh, that's a fish.
That's a fish. There we go.
Nice fish.
Yeah, definitely nice fish. Got our netter at the ready, and of course the fish decides to go where all the other lines are.
Get up over those guys.
Oh yeah. Here we go. Here we go.
That's a keeper.
That's definitely a keeper. Oh! 23-inch Puget Sound Chinook blackmouth. We call them blackmouth in the winter, right, Randy?
Yep. Sometimes in the summer.
Randy, it's been a pretty productive day. We have been getting fish biting consistently pretty much the whole day long. Show us the gear that we've been using today and tell us a little more about it.
So kind of running standard Chinook gear today, 11-inch flasher, some version of green and red. Our most productive lure for today has been a fly, and again, some version of this. Actually, I stepped the size up a little bit before we've actually gotten the water to try to discourage some of the shakers. But this color pattern fly has been working really well today. Now on the fly, I've been doing some herring strips, and these were salted up yesterday.
Yep.
And basically on the herring strip, it's take a herring, fillet it. In these particular herring were green label, filleted, and then I do 3 cuts on each fillet, so you end up with a strip about 1/4 inch wide. Mm-hmm. And take the lead hook, go like that, and it's just simple, 42-inch leader.
Yeah. 42-inch leader from the loop.
Yeah, from the loop. This is my preference. Everybody runs it differently, and the reality is it probably doesn't make any difference, but I'm kind of anal.
All right.
But it works for me, so what the heck. And then the 42 inches is to the head of whatever lure, whether it's a spoon or, in this case, our flies.
Okay. And then our trolling speed, then about, what,
It's really varied depending on where you are in the current or in the tide rip at a given point in time. If we look at the downrigger cable angle over here, you know, it's like, I don't know, 70 degrees maybe, is about what I'm shooting for when you're Chinook fishing.
Okay.
Because you want a good, as the flasher goes through the water, you know, you want it to be going in this loop basically.
Yep. You don't get a lot of beautiful blue sky days like this in the winter here in the Pacific Northwest. When you do, this is definitely a fishery to keep in mind. Get away from the overcrowded rivers with poor opportunities for steelhead. Come out here, have all the sound more or less to yourself, and go get some of those blackmouth. Randy, thanks again for taking us out. We had a blast, and we'll see you guys on the water and online.
How you doing, Shane? Good.
No problem. Hey everybody, it's Rob Holman with Northwest Fishing Reports. I'm here today on Moses Lake with guide Shane Moon of Moon's Guide Service. We're joined by Bob Loomis of Mack's Lure today. Mack's Lure, great name in fishing in the Northwest, and one of the guys leading the charge is Mr. Bobby Loomis here, so it's going to be fun. I've been looking forward for the chance to fish with you, Bob.
Yeah, I'm excited. It should be good today. It's one of those things that, man, I'll tell you what, any day out on the water is a good day.
Right?
Yeah.
It's a rough life, but we'll see what we can do. We'll come back with a little bit more from Shane and Bob on how to catch walleye here at Moses Lake.
Ready?
Oh yeah.
Go ahead and get going here.
Shane, about where are we here on the lake?
We're about mid-lake.
Mid-lake?
You got the golf course right here, right over those trees over there. You got McConaughey Flat and McConaughey Park down here at the other end.
Shane was telling me this morning that we're going with bottom walkers, slow depth rigs, and worm harnesses, but I think Bob might have some special tricks in his hat as well. Bob, can you tell us a little bit about what you got going this morning?
Well, Shane, the way Shane's got things rigged up, he's got those hooks and stuff set up, the crawler harnesses and the slow depth hooks rigged up with everything from pill floats to smile blades. And of course the smile blade works really well when you're slow trolling like this with different colors. You know, you can emulate virtually any type of forage base that's out there in the pond you're working. So they seem to work pretty good for this style of fishing.
So we're gonna get some fishing going.
There it is. There you go.
Is that our first walleye, Shane?
Our first walleye. Not a monster, but it's the first one.
Hey, we've got lickage. We're doing good.
One of those fancy bob rigs right there. Yeah, there's a size limit on Moses. Most of the lakes over here, it's 8 fish. They have to be over 12 inches and only one over 22 inches.
What do we got there? Is that
And that one's about 14. He's
Right
a
on.
small male. He'll be a good eater. We'll put him in the box. You know, we get them over 22 inches. We try to let them go. Those are breeders. They're big females. It's better to keep our part. Get hit there. You'll notice too sometimes the rod tip on these things will just kind of build up a little bit, and you won't always see a bite. You'll just kind of see that rod tip drop, load up, kind of like mooching for kings or something. So we're finding these walleye in Moses today. Anywhere on some sort of structure, rock pile, weed lines, some sort of ledge. Rob, you got one on up there?
Yeah. I know we're trying to talk here, but I'd like to catch some fish.
You can probably just flip him right up in.
Go ahead, Shane. Didn't mean to interrupt you there.
Anyways, yeah, so any sort of structure. Like I said, rock piles, weeds, drop-offs, ledges, anything that we can find where they're gonna ambush the food source. We're trolling these rigs anywhere from a slow slide's gonna be like 0.6, 0.7, just enough to get a spin on them, all the way up to right now we're doing almost 1.4. And you'll vary that speed until you find what they're gonna be hitting on. Every day can be a little different, time of year can be a little different on that speed. So.
Keep watching, we got more right after this break.
Acting like a walleye.
It is acting like a
I
walleye.
try to slow down a little. A little tangled. Nice one there. That's the keepers we're looking for. Yeah. It's on the upper end, still smaller than 22 inches, but a nice size. You got a lot of meat, but still a good eater.
Yeah, that was definitely a better fish.
Oh, fish, Rob, that's a fish. They're reeling on it first. Got him.
Got him, Bob. He's a big one. Hold on. My kind of day.
You want to hold him up?
Oh, that's a fish. They're reeling. Got him.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely marking a few. There's a ledge here, so rocks. There's a lot of structure here.
When you move around the lake looking for a place to start, are you using your electronics, waiting to mark fish to pull over, or?
Yes and no. So you can catch a ton of fish and not even mark hardly anything down there. A lot of it's structure, a lot of it's trial and error. There's places consistently you're going to catch fish, and consistently you're going to find them there. And if they're not there, maybe they're just over, just in, just out. I mean, but they're usually in the general area. So.
Your first time on a lake, how do you dial that in? How do you narrow it down?
You can learn a lot by looking at your charts. I mean, you can see a lot of the structure. You're not going to see everything, but you can get a good idea of flats, drop-offs, that kind of stuff. Some of the lakes, deeper fishing, you can find those pinnacles, places that are a good place to try in the beginning, and then it's trial and error. Gonna pop him out so we can get maybe.
Little double there, Bob.
Yeah. Yeah, we went through about, almost had a triple.
That was
Dropped
fun.
to the ground.
So it's kind of dead on. You said they can come in some bursts sometimes there, Shane.
Yeah. Sometimes it's fishing, and sometimes it's catching. Sure do. It makes my life a lot easier.
Something I noticed that's pretty consistent though is you got some bling on each one of these rigs.
Yep, I won't run them without a smile blade. And it does a lot. It's whether it's action, it's color, it's gives them what they want to see.
We're clearing the rods around the corner. Every rod is going off. He's double fisted back there. Holy cow! Doing something right, Shane. Dropping fish in everywhere. This is pretty freaking awesome action. Holy cow.
What's that?
That puts us at 24, guys.
So did we just limit?
Yep.
Holy cow.
That was a good way to end it.
We just fit boat limit right there.
We have our rod in still.
Holy cow, we better pull that rod out. What? Man. That's too cool. There's stuff everywhere. Strong finish, Bob. Nice job, man.
Yeah.
Good Shane.
Nice job.
Hey everybody, it's the end of our day here at Moses Lake with Shane Moon, Moon's Guide Service. Boat limits. The story of the day for me has been the smile blade and the difference it made for us. It works. Holy cow, why does it work so well, Bob?
Well, fishing walleye, it's a slow troll application, and the smile blade itself is designed to fish, rotate at very, very slow speeds. With the amount of colors that we've got, sizes we've got, we can emulate any type of forage base that's out there in whatever lake, impound, reservoir that we're fishing. And we can emulate that stuff to a point to where we can attract the fish, which is what we saw today.
You got both the big ones. Did you have a special smile blade on?
Well, you know me, I'm always playing with something a little bit different. I mean, you know, Shane's the one to put us on the fish.
Right.
Is all it, for me, it's a matter of I'm always going to try something a little bit different than everything else. That's how you learn.
Sure.
So in turn, that's what I'm going to do. So I had some different colors on, different things that I played with versus what, you know, we used for the rest of the fish.
You told me earlier on the boat that it's changed what you do when you're taking guys out.
It definitely has. Like I say, most days I'm running some sort of Mack product or smile blade when I'm fishing. When I'm running clients. I mean, it helps me catch fish.
I really enjoyed fishing with you, Bob.
Well, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. It had a lot of fun.
Shane, thank you so
Yep,
much.
it was good fishing with you guys again.
Yeah, thank you.
Shane, if guys want to go out with you, book a trip, how do they get a hold of you?
A couple ways. On the internet at Moon's Guide Service, or you can give me a call at 509-860-2539.
For Northwest Fishing Reports, I'm Rob Holman. We'll see you online and on the water.